the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put the inner bearing, but first I'm going to apply a little bit of green thread locker here at the seam, because it was evident that the original part, when I took it out, it had some type of a sealer or locker, and it's only right there at the bottom. We don't want to put a lot, just a tiny bit at the bottom. Let it slide all over. Okay, it was easy. The inner bearing went in very easy. There it is. Now I'm going to try to position the outer bearing in there. I have new bearings. I'm going to follow the same procedure of a little bit of thread locker around the outside here where the bearing rests. And it's just a little bit. We don't need to go crazy with this. And again, I'm doing this because I was able to tell there was some type of sealant in there when I took it out. Now to get that in, I'm going to use a piece of wood. Can also use the old one like this. There you go. You can see that the previous material coming out. So there you go. I mean, I used the old bearing, and I have positioned the new bearing in there. We can't forget that we have this guy here, which is the spacer that will go in here like that. Now this needs to go in there. Again, I'm going to follow the same procedure. I'm going to put some of these green penetrating thread locker. It actually looks to be the same color of the material that was in there previously. Same color. Who knows, maybe it's the same material. Okay guys, I have sealant in here already. Hope you can see that. And now I am going to position my assembly here, and so somehow I need to try to find a way to press this bearing in here. I don't have a presser, so I'm gonna have to get a little bit creative with this one. Okay guys, I am trying to improvise here. Again, this is being done at an apartment. I don't have all the tools, so I need to try to find a way to get this side in. I would ideally prefer to use press so that I don't have to knock, hammer on the bearings, but I do not have a press, so this is what I'm doing. Okay, our crankshaft and connecting rod are in with the new bearings. Seems fine. Now I'm about to put my new piston in, and here orientation is very important, so we need to make sure that the piston goes in the right way. Okay, I'm going to get ready to assemble my piston onto my connecting rod. But first I'm going to go ahead and put my new piston ring. This is a stock ring. Important to notice that little pin in there that tells you the direction where you want to put your pin. So this pin is going to go in like this. And piston rings are very brittle, so be careful when putting it in. You don't want to break it. That's it. Perfect. Our piston ring is in. Now, DLE engines, when you're looking at the DLE 55 towards you, this piston needs to go in with these two holes looking to my right hand side in this orientation where I am. So I'm gonna get ready to put the pin in. I'm gonna be using a little bit of the same 2-cycle oil that I use to mix in my gas, to put a little bit in here and make sure the parts are lubricated. My bearing, that'll go in here. Okay, I want to put some oil. Alrighty, just like that. Then I have my two new, it's like snap rings or something like that. So I am going to put one of them in already, one side in, so then I'll slide the pin from the other side. Okay, that one is in place. So that means that I'm going to put my pin from the front, and again I want to put some oil. I want to oil this pin. Now it's time to put the next snap ring. Like that. Make sure that it goes in place. Perfect. Now we're ready to assemble our crankcase. Okay, I'm ready to seal my crankcase halves, and I'm going to be using 1211 silicone liquid gasket. I know this is different than the material that was originally there, but it is what I found, so I want to make sure that this is even. I'm going to clean the excess. Looks like so. Perfect. We're just going to clean the excess of that silicone that is coming out. When we tighten our bolts, we're going to come back and clean whatever else we find. So, okay, the excess is gone, so now we're going to go ahead and mount our bolts. I do not like putting any Loctite here. Okay, we're just gonna slowly but surely tighten these screws very well. Okay guys, our crankshaft assembly is ready. There's no binding, everything's working fine. Okay. I am going to use a tiny bit of this green thread locker here, because I could tell there was something like this from factory here. And just a tiny bit, not much. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little bit of grease in this tip, because I saw from factory that it had grease. I'm not going to use any thread locker on that. Just a tiny bit of grease, tiny bit. That's the same thing I found there when I took it out. We go back to use our tool to tighten this hub back in.